Hi everyone, welcome to another interior design tips video. I don't know how many people have said to me that they're tired of subway tiles. Well, I'm here to tell you that you can't possibly be tired of something so versatile. In fact, this video is all about new ways to think about subway tiles, patterns, colors, and materials. So let's get started. I'm here to open your mind to a whole new world of subway tile. First, what is a subway tile? Traditionally, subway tile has been known as a rectangular, low-fired, glazed ceramic tile, typically sized to 3 inches by 6 inches. It's usually laid horizontally with a 50% offset, making it look a lot like a brick pattern when it's installed. These tiles have been around since the early 1900s, so believe me, they're not going out of style anytime soon. They are classic. But we've come a long way with subway tiles, and we're no longer just using that traditional looking ceramic tile. These days they include lots of different sizes, some with traditional proportions where the tile is twice as long as it is wide, but even with other proportions like this 4-inch high by 12-inch long tile. They also include lots of different finishes and materials from colored glazes to marble. The key to subway tile is that it's always a rectangular shape, and it's these rectangular proportions that allow for so many different patterns. Let's start with that very familiar pattern. I love using a running brick pattern for a classic kitchen design. It's the perfect low-key backdrop to some beautiful cabinetry where you can really focus on the decorative aspects of your kitchen. I also love a low-key backsplash just generally because we all tend to have so many things sit on our countertops that I find it helps keep everything neat and orderly. I know, that's exactly the kind of subway tile you're not interested in. I get it. I especially love when the subway tile has a bit of a mottled look to the surface and where the edges might not be so straight and perfect. If you're worried that subway tile might be boring or plain, look for tiles that are made to look like they are hand glazed. These subway tiles have a softer overall look when they're installed. I love how the light reflects off of the surface of these imperfect tiles. Look how soft this wall of subway tile looks. If each of your subway tiles have a slight variation in color or texture, it can really update the look of the brick pattern of a traditional subway tile. One way to create a more dramatic effect with subway tile is to choose a vibrant color. There are so many options when it comes to colored glazes. Choosing your grout color to either blend in or contrast with the tile is a key decision and will make a huge difference in the overall look. Or you can look for different materials instead of the traditional ceramic glazed tile, like this marble subway tile. Choosing a natural material like marble for your subway tile will allow for subtle variations in each tile, creating an overall lightly patterned look. And there's no reason you can't turn this pattern on its head. A vertical running brick pattern isn't something you see in every bathroom. It might be the one for you. The brick pattern is timeless. That's why looking for a slightly different subway tile from the norm can still create a look that is unique and that will still stand the test of time. Maybe you think that the brick pattern of a subway tile is too traditional. Well, that's where the stacked pattern can really make a difference. If you're looking for a more contemporary or modern look, a stacked pattern is for you. Stacking the tiles on top of each other removes that back and forth jig-jag feeling and makes the installation look more clean and static. The only difficult part of this pattern? Choosing between horizontal or vertical. I love the look of vertically stacked subway tile. I love how the tile emphasizes the height of the space and creates that vertical push upwards. It's a great contrast to all the other elements in the room, like the horizontal nature of kitchen counters, for instance. In bathrooms, all the exciting stuff tends to happen down low, like a beautiful freestanding tub or a floating vanity. That vertical pattern in the tile creates some beautiful tension. But you can also stack them horizontally. If you have a small space, stacking the tiles horizontally will help widen the look of the room. And maybe you want to emphasize lovely horizontal elements in the room like this beautiful pendant. Or these floating shelves. There's really no right or wrong way to stack a subway tile, it's really up to you. But think of the differences between a vertical stack and a horizontal stack and how they translate in your space, and then decide which direction you'd like to go. Did you know you can get personalized interior design advice from me? I offer up 30-minute design consultations virtually. For instance, I can help you with these difficult tile decisions. All you need to do is head over to my Patreon page for all the details. Plus, are you enjoying this video? Hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Let me know which of these tips you're loving for your home. I'm excited to read your thoughts. The next interesting pattern is called herringbone. And although it's been around forever, I want to show you how this pattern can really make your basic subway tiles sing. You can create a herringbone pattern in both a horizontal manner or a vertical manner, but I love how a horizontal installation creates a dynamic pattern with lots of movement, up and down. There's nothing simple and boring about this pattern. Using a marble subway tile is especially lovely because each tile stands out on its own, and together they create a wall of lights and darks tone on tone with soft movement. Look for tiles that have a subtle variation in color. A herringbone pattern is the perfect pattern to highlight that subtle variation. The opposing diagonals lock each other in and make the wall of tiles look painterly and random, perfectly imperfect. You can create a dramatic backdrop with a richly colored subway tile. In fact, I think the herringbone pattern is the best way to visually expand a small space, especially with a dark tile. The light just bounces off the diagonals. Play with your grout colors. Here, this lovely grout has a touch of gold sparkle, the perfect backdrop for these blue-green tiles and the gold fixtures. Altogether, there's nothing boring and plain with this installation of a subway tile. You can also choose to turn your herringbone pattern 90 degrees. All of a sudden, this classic pattern is even more interesting. It creates even more movement and that unmistakable step pattern. Again, a traditional pattern like herringbone can be modern and dynamic. It just takes the right subway tile and the right application. And finally, mathematics makes this tile pattern methodical and geometric. The crosshatch pattern has grown in popularity lately. It's like the new old tile pattern. So if you feel like subway tile is boring, you can create a not so well-known pattern like the crosshatch pattern, stacking the tiles horizontally and vertically. I much prefer to use a darker or a contrasting grout color to highlight all the horizontals as well as the verticals all in one shot. The darker grout makes the pattern really stand out. Depending on the proportions of your tile, you might be able to stack 3 tiles horizontally and vertically to create your crosshatch pattern. And I keep saying it, but look for subway tiles with a variation in color. I love these indigo blue tiles where the glaze is darker around the edges of the tile. These come in so many colors. It's not just the color that makes them special subway tiles, it's that darker glaze around the edges. When you put them all together in this crosshatch pattern, the walls look like a real basket weave pattern. But be sure to check your math for this pattern. When calculating if the crosshatch works for your tile, always take into account the thickness of your grout as well as the length and width of your tile. You want to create a perfect square in the end, otherwise you'll get this. And that's definitely not what you want. You don't want a wobbly subway tile installation. Like I said, subway tiles are so versatile. Here are a few more ideas you might consider. Use a different tile color to create the look of borders, baseboard, and window trim. I love this contrasting tile for a true classic black and white subway tile bathroom. And by classic, I don't mean tired and boring. This is dynamic and memorable. Subway tiles aren't always flat. I love these tiles with integrated patterns and shapes. Not only are you creating a particular pattern in laying the tiles, but their internal pattern will create an amazing three-dimensional experience. And of course, the glazes and materials don't have to be traditional plain glaze. They can be like these beautiful Japanese glazed tiles. And subway tiles can have their own printed texture. This one has its own unique textured accent and pattern, creating the illusion of depth and dimension, all on a flat wall. So here's your takeaway. Don't let the basic white subway tile fool you. Subway tiles come in a variety of sizes, textures, colors, and materials. Their rectangular shape allows for so many different installation patterns and effects. Even the traditional running brick pattern can be exciting and new with the right type of subway tile. So next time you're shopping for tiles, I hope you consider interesting colors, texture, and materials in a subway tile shape. The design options are endless. Today's video was all about subway tile, but if you'd like to know more about grout, go check out this video. Choosing the right grout can actually make or break your choice of tile, so don't miss this video. It's important. I'll link it below. If you're enjoying my channel, then head to my Patreon page and become a patron. Help me make more videos just like this one. Or if you need more personal interior design advice, I've also got a special VIP tier where you can schedule a one-on-one video consultation with me. Head to patreon.com/designchickee for all the details. And a big shout out to my patrons. Thanks for watching this little design tip. I'll have lots more design tips just like this one coming soon, so don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification button so you don't miss the next video. Let me know in the comments below which of these ideas you're loving for your own home. Are you a subway tile lover or not? Or maybe you've got some other ideas. I'm excited to read your thoughts. And as always, if you like this video, please hit that like button. It helps to grow this channel. See you soon.